The college football experience, college football weekend bombs episode on the Sports Gambling Podcast Network is brought to you by Underdog Fantasy. Underdog has just added Pick'em Scorchers, where you can go. You can win 100 times the amount of money you enter. I mean, it's incredible. You can turn $5 into 500 in just one game. Plus, if that's not enough, every Sunday they're giving away $100,000. Yes, use the promo code SGPN at Underdog Fantasy for 100% deposit bonus up to $500. Folks, what are you doing? Get in. We're also brought to you by Game Time. Download the Game Time app. Create an account. Use that promo code CFBX for $20 off your first purchase. Once again, CFBX for $20 off your first purchase. We're also brought to you by Hall of Fame Bets, the sports betting research platform for parlays, player props, and game lines. Download the Hall of Fame Bets app or visit hofbets.com. Use that promo code SGPN to get 50% off your first month and start making smarter bets today, people. And last but not least, we're giving away $3,000 in our NFL Second Chance Survivor Contest presented by Corey Pinkston and Barking Dog Properties. The contest starts this week, and so you want to get in, and it's free to enter. Just go to sportsgamblingpodcast.com/survivor. Once again, sportsgamblingpodcast.com/survivor. And remember, as always, to let it ride.
This is Mike Leach, head football coach at Mississippi State, and you're listening to SGPN. Let it ride.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Welcome to the college football experience. Weekend bomb, part of the C block. Oh, I can't wait to talk about, if you've been listening to this series, the college football weekend bomb, one of my favorite episodes to do each and every week. Because we highlight some juicy dogs. I did have the Iowa Hawkeyes last week. Cha-ching, cha-ching, cha-ching. I am joined by, but this is part of the C block. The college experience goes right into the bottom line bombs. All right, this guy is the host of the bottom line bombs. They call him. Actually, don't play that. They call it the man in the box. Give it up for C.J. Sullivan. You can't play. No. Because they're coming for me. They came for me. They came for me.
Can I bomb it?
Yeah, you can bomb it.
All right, I'll bomb it.
You can bomb it.
Wow.
I meant to tell you that before the show.
Now I'm tilted.
They're coming for me. They're trying to sue me. First it was Men at Work.
Good God.
First it was Men at Work.
Well, now I'm upset they don't come after me. No, I'm like, all that did was upset me. Well, what the fuck? You can't sue me. I'm not big enough to sue.
Hey,
come after me for my music copyright.
For years, that Men at Work thing was flying.
Yeah,
all of a sudden,
I know. Then you got too big, and now they're coming after you. And now I bring the box to your show, and they come after you, say, "Shut the box down."
Shut the box down. I got flagged on that shit. And they're threatening to sue me. That's boom. But how you doing, buddy?
Good, man. Good. Well, that's fine. We're great. No, that just tilted me.
Yeah.
It's been a rough week with that, so I'm getting hit left and right.
Been a rough week. I know you were on Sam Houston. I was on Sam Houston.
Houston last night. Even had him on the money line. God damn it.
Yeah.
I'm like, they're getting their first win. I'm glad it was parlay. They didn't play the juice.
Yeah.
They actually lost it with the New York Liberty. But anyway, it doesn't matter. It wouldn't have mattered anyway. Oh my God. That was a nice even money line parlay. I thought it was locked.
I love it.
Sam Houston and New York Liberty. Holy shit, dude. They're down one.
No one had that parlay in America besides CJ Sullivan.
I had a Liberty Sam Houston parlay. Liberty has
not the Liberty Flames, folks.
No, absolutely not. Liberty Flames. I wouldn't touch them. New York Liberty, I thought was locked in. They had a good look at it at the buzzer, air ball. It's like a bouquet toss with these ladies at the end of the games. The ball goes out. All 10 of them are swarming and running around. They're kicking and screaming. Ladies, calm down. Act like you've been there before. Jesus.
Is Bill Lambier still coaching?
He's
a legend.
He was the best.
That was the thing I did not see coming.
Right. That was like your Tom Hanks,
That'd be like Buddy Ryan doing in like a
own.
lingerie league. You know what I mean? Like
That'd be amazing.
Shout out to the chat. We got Charles Thompson. He says he's on the way. Long time listener. Shout out to Charles. Great guy. He says, let it ride. I'm listening as I drive a couple hours to go to Cherokee Harris Casino.
Right. Yes.
There we go. There we go.
Ship it. Well, good luck to Cherokee Harris. Well, you listen to the entire C block. You got the college show, then you got the bottom line.
Yeah, there you go.
I'll bring you right to door. Valet.
Yeah, and look, he's gonna CJ will give you because we're just gonna give you college football. But
Right.
CJ's gonna give you the whole slate.
Yeah, I'll give you the whole NFL
He just
slate.
talked about the New York Liberty.
Some baseball I got, and the WNBA is wrapped up, but we got plenty of them. You're going to self-park that car there, and then you're going to valet.
You got anyone in the darts matchup tonight in Belfast?
There is
Who do you got?
Carpi Jenkins. He's an old Brit guy from the old Northeast Shore.
Man, the long shot.
The longshoreman long shot.
Hey Charles, if you run into Weehawk, you should hit up Weehawk on Twitter because I do believe that is his stomping grounds. I think he lives like in vicinity because he tags me at that Cherokee Harris. I feel like once a week. So hit him up on social. Maybe he knows a thing or two about that old casino. But here we are. We got a college football week 8 slate we're gonna dive into. But before we do all that, I want to tell you that the college football experience Weekend Bombs edition is brought to you by SGPN Second Chance Survivor and the NFL Gambling Podcast. Look, everyone wants a second chance at life. You know what I mean? OJ Simpson, you think you'd take that second chance? Huh?
He ran with his second chance.
Yeah, he ran with that second chance. He kind of botched it too, actually.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. He pistol whipped somebody or his crew.
Now is his second chance because he was completely innocent of the first thing that happened to him, but he was guilty of stealing sports memorabilia.
If the glove don't fit, you must have quit, buddy.
He was guilty of sports memorabilia, so now he's on a second chance. He's out.
I've said this forever.
I'm rooting for him.
Like as much as I don't want to just say that, in my opinion, OJ warned her. He warned Nicole Brown.
Yeah.
I've said this before. It's on stage, but I'm saying, like, did you watch that 5-piece documentary?
Sure, of course, we all did.
Because he kind of accomplished crazy things time after time after time while he was with her for the most part. But so when he says, "If I see you again with another guy, I'll kill you," I feel like maybe you pay attention to Norberg.
It's on her.
You know what I mean?
You're right.
I don't know. I don't want to throw you in this mix. You were a Kato Kaelin guy.
No, I'm fine with it, but you're right. No, I mean, yeah, it didn't come out of nowhere.
Yeah,
I'll just say that.
I mean, this guy,
it came to us out of nowhere, but within that circle, like, oh yeah, that's what he did. Yeah,
well, yeah,
sure.
I mean, and like, there's a million things we could do a whole hour on OJ Simpson on this show. But Kato Kaelin, by the way. Have you ever seen his act?
Yeah, I know. He's a stand-up,
I did
right?
a show with him in Fullerton.
Really?
Yeah, it was great.
He seems like a guy who kind of gets it. You know what I mean? Like, not that he's whatever, but he knows his place in the world. Whatever. I imagine.
Yeah, he knew his place in the house.
Yeah, right. Yeah, peeking through the curtains. Oh boy, looks like boss is at it again.
Look, Kato Kaelin, he got a second chance at life too. When OJ said, "Hey, come live in the back of my house. Meet me at the McDonald's later tonight, though, around 2 a.m." All right. That's my favorite too. He went to McDonald's.
Yeah.
OJ Simpson. He's a fucking millionaire. What are you doing going to McDonald's too? And the LA's got restaurants open.
They want to be seen.
Yeah,
that's the thing.
Look. Anyway, if you want a second chance, because we know you're
yeah. What is this all about?
We got just a great opportunity. We know you're cooked in your NFL Survivor.
Oh, Survivor. All right.
So you still active?
I tell you who didn't survive. Nicole Brown Simpson. She could use a second chance at Survivor.
Yeah, that's true. That is very true. All right. And shout out to her dad. Because she goes to her dad, says, "Dad, I've been beat." Well, go back to him, damn it. I have a car dealership. All right. With OJ Simpson, you go back to him.
Yep.
What? How much of a piece of shit do you have to be to send your daughter, who comes there with a black eye, crying for help, to go back to him?
I know. And now he wants, and then he whines about collecting the whole thing.
Yeah.
Well, and what'd you expect to happen?
He's not even smart enough to want a second chance in life. You know what I mean?
He would not sign up for the SGPN Second Chance Survivor because he's not smart enough.
Presented by Corey Pinkston and Barking Dog Properties. We invite you. $3,000 are up for grabs. Actually, now that we mentioned that, he probably would.
Yeah, he'd need that $3K.
Yeah. Winner take all starts this weekend. Sign up now. sportsgamblingpodcast.com/survivor. That's sportsgamblingpodcast.com/survivor. We're also brought to you by the NFL Gambling Podcast. Those guys are doing a review contest. Leave an Apple Podcast review with your favorite touchdown related bet for this weekend. Biggest winner gets a $50 SGPN gift card. And we have some fire. Man in the box t-shirts.
Really? Yes, sir.
Right?
Absolutely.
I mean, those ones.
Great.
Those ones are fantastic. One of my favorite.
They're amazing
ones.
shirts.
Yeah. Get on over there. Get those. Make sure to include your YouTube username in the review so we can contact the winner. Also, we're brought to you by Underdog Fantasy. Underdog has just introduced Scorchers. Go 5 for 5 and pick up Scorchers and enjoy a spicy 100 times payout. And for a limited time, Underdog is extending their first deposit bonus up to $500. I mean, this Underdog place giving away $100,000 every weekend. Unbelievable. I mean, they friends with Vince Young? What's going on here, right? 10 lucky players will get $10K each week. I'm going to toss out a dog that I like. The Rice Owls tonight. I think they're live at H.A. Chapman.
Rice, I love our. Well, we know about us and our Rice Owls.
Our team.
Absolutely,
That's
Rice Owls are our squad. They are live out there in Tulsa.
Yeah, wrong team favored.
Absolutely.
Wrong team favored. When you sign up with the promo code SGPN, Underdog will double your first deposit up to $500. That's Underdog Fantasy promo code SGPN. All right, we are back on the college football experience. We lost Burt Young today, buddy.
Oh man,
people don't know who probably Burt Young is. That's Uncle Paulie from Rocky.
Uncle Paulie from Rocky. Also Lou from Back to School. Played Ronnie Dangerfield's chauffeur.
Back
absolutely.
To School. Also,
tough guy.
Chinatown. He's been in some classic Pope of Greenwich Village.
Yes.
I got shit hammered with him once at the Woods. I walked into the Woods, which is a bar, dive in LA.
It's a great bar. Yeah. On La Brea.
Yeah. And actually, the movie Swingers, I think they go there, but it was Lava Lounge then.
Oh,
same thing. They just put a brand new, same exact fucking bar. They just put a brand new sign.
Yeah.
But I go in there around like 2:00 in the afternoon, and of course, who's in there? No one's in there.
No one's in there.
Just Burt Young. And so I'm like, Uncle Paulie.
Yes.
Next thing you know, we're sitting down there having cocktails for like 3 hours.
I bet he loved it.
Great fucking guy. Rest in peace.
God damn it. He was the best.
He's a good actor, man.
Amazing actor. Paulie, one of the best characters, one I could absolutely relate to.
I always wanted them to do a spin-off Paulie movie.
Yeah.
To see why his life got all fucked up.
We got enough Rocky movies. We got
enough Creeds.
Yeah.
Now,
we got Creed. Yeah. Creed's got his own goddamn universe. Can we get a Paulie universe?
Paulie movie would be the most interesting one.
For sure.
Because he's a fucking drunk. He's like a vet.
He's a vet. He's racist. He's everything.
This movie needs to be made. Paulie the fucking movie. Anyway, rest in peace.
See the Rose Bowl here when he shows up to Russia just to complain. It's, oh God, when I see the Rose Bowl. Rock. He's amazing.
One of my favorites is Rocky V, where I don't know if you ever heard that didn't end the way Stallone wanted it to. He wanted to. He was supposed to die. The reason why that movie was a disaster was he was supposed to die in that movie, and while they're shooting it, I forget what company made that. I don't know if it was 20th Century Fox, whatever. They call him. They go, no, Rocky doesn't die.
Yeah, Rocky don't die.
Yeah, so they had to quickly change all the shit. But there in Rocky V, there's a great line where Balboa was talking to his wife. He goes, "Hey, Adrian, why don't you go upstairs with me and I'm gonna violate you like a parking meter." Underrated line every time. Yeah, gotta check that one out. Sorry, my Stallone's terrible.
No, that was great. I love when they try to kill off characters like that. And they're like, "Yeah, no, I want to make money in the sequel. I don't give a shit about your fucking plot."
Even Stallone's got to be thankful that they did that because he made like 5 more of them. So it worked out. But rest in peace to the great Burt Young. Who was definitely cool as shit to pick his brain and talk stuff for a couple hours. He was probably a college football guy if I had to bet. He's from New York City, loved to gamble and shit.
Of course.
So I guarantee you he's had some action.
Probably like those Fordham Rams or something.
Yeah.
Like that shit.
Back when Lombardi was playing for him.
Yeah.
Buddy, tonight I'm going to get into big time dogs for Saturday, but I figured we should tackle tonight's action. Rice, Tulsa, JMU, Marshall.
Okay.
Do you have action on anything tonight?
I do. I have James Madison. Your
I'm
squad.
I'm on it too.
Here's the thing with them. The only thing I don't like about this game is the spot for them, the situational spot. You know? But I think they're locked in. They know every game is a playoff game now. They learned their lesson from last year.
Yeah.
Once they got ranked, they lost 3 straight in their season. Now they know they can't drop the ball in this situation. They can't look ahead on anything. They're gonna take care of business.
I think, and I also like their matchup.
Yeah, I also like their team total of over 27.5 as well. I think they're gonna. I mean, the back door will be open. You know.
Yeah.
That's my only risk with it. But I think they're gonna just name their score, as they say, and put up points.
I think they're going to get Marshall too.
Yeah. But you said it gets lit out there.
Yeah, that's the scary part to me. Is can the momentum of the crowd perhaps get Marshall a dub?
Mm-hmm.
From an X's and O standpoint, I think JMU appears to be a lot better than Marshall.
They're a much better team.
I also like the Rice Owls, as I mentioned, catching 3.5. I just think you play the money line at plus 150. Against the Tulsa. We don't even know what quarterback starting. They're trying to break the Guinness Book of World Records beer contest thing there at H.A. Chapman Stadium. Last year, Rice won by 3, and I think this Rice team's a lot better. And this Tulsa team's worse than last year.
This is our Rice team.
So I think we ride those Owls. Those Owls are flying high.
What's their win total at? Do they have 4 now?
They had a bye week last week, so 3-3.
We're at 3-3. All right, we gotta get to 5. So we need this one.
So look what we got.
We need this one.
This is a big one because it does get a little tougher after this because we got Tulane, SMU, and UTSA.
Yeah, we need to get this.
Yeah, this is a big one here. Come on, JT so Daniels. Let's ride the Rice Owls. Then you have Friday's action. And by the way, there's a couple of FCS games tonight. There's 2. If you're real swift, check out the FCS college football experience at 4 p.m. today. SMU is at Temple Friday. SMU's laying 21. This number's gone up, which makes me believe that EJ Warner, who's questionable, probably not going to play.
I mean, who knows?
Why would the number go up just because it's Temple?
I don't know. Like I told you before, I've entered the transfer portal as a supporter of Temple, as a backer of Temple. Everything donating, about it. Stop donating. Me and Bill Cosby said that's enough of our connections with Temple. My Temple connection told me they were going to be good this year, bowl eligible, the whole thing. And then as soon as I gave out that report and everything he gave me, he indeed entered the transfer portal and said, "Yeah, I'm getting the fuck out of here. This sinking ship." And then, and they've been a.
Where did he transfer?
They've been abysmal this year. I think he's still eligible. I think he might even come back. Who knows where he's. He just wanted to sit this year out, you know.
Take a year off.
I was gonna chill in the portal. Yeah. All right. If you need me, I'll be in the portal taking a shit. All
right. Good call though.
No, great call by him. Absolutely.
Yeah, don't burn your year of eligibility on this shit ass team. Anyway, they're live. Anyway, you could take the plus. What is it? 800.
Well, to be at the link, Paul Palmer's Day, I believe. No, absolutely not.
Yeah. All right. Well, look.
There's no home field advantage here.
Let's jump into Saturday's action.
Yes.
Shout out to Lane Elliott in the chat. He goes, C block, let's fucking go.
Goddamn right. Lane, what's up? Shout out.
I mean, let's start with double-digit dogs and work our way down.
Okay.
Because there's one that I absolutely love going on in Annapolis, Maryland.
I love it too. This is my number 1 play of the weekend.
I mean, you're getting 11 points or 10.5
early too.
with the total at 34.
This is how you're going to start the day off perfectly.
Oh my god.
34 total. You're getting 10.5 plus 315 on the money line. It was a 3-point
game. So last year in Colorado Springs, it was 13-10. This Navy team is better than last year's team. Right. And I guess you could say maybe Air Force is better too, but still. It was in Colorado Springs. This is in Annapolis. Brian Newberry's brand new to this rivalry. Mm-hmm. What better way? Look, let me tell you something.
Isn't the backup quarterback for Air Force going
Zach
in there
Larrier's
as well?
Out.
And the line hasn't even moved. What? I mean, the total's come down, but Air Force, the line hasn't moved. Well, where do you think this total's coming from? That's what I don't understand.
Well, here's what's hilarious too, is Navy's quarterback might be out too.
All right, well,
but this is the triple option.
Yeah,
this is like the next man up, right? But you know, this is one where I think the advantage, because Newberry you can literally go 2-10 at Navy and get extended.
Right.
If you beat Air Force and Army.
If you get this commander in chief.
So I'm saying, if you win those two, it could give a shit about winning the other ones.
Yep.
All right. So Newberry, brand new era. I think you want to impress your people that I was going to say boosters. I don't know if that necessarily fits for this,
no,
but
there's alumni, all
Roger
that stuff.
Staubach's still donating. All right. But
absolutely
all over the Navy midshipmen. I can't wait to watch this game.
A lot of pride.
I love these service academy games.
Yes.
They're some of my favorite games.
And like we said on Tuesday, Air Force has not been favored in this game since 1997.
Get out of here. Insane. And now you're just going to do that lit at Annapolis, Maryland. They party there in Annapolis.
Absolutely. They sexually assault. They get around. I mean, they do it up.
I saw a few good
they
men.
Put on their blues, and they keep it quiet.
Tom Cruise.
Tommy C.
He gave me a follow on Twitter.
Tommy Cruise gave you a follow on Twitter because he heard you talking shit about Mission Impossible. He wanted to come follow you.
I also demanded I tagged him and I demanded a Days of Thunder sequel. And next thing you know, I got a follow from Tom Cruise, which I'm sure is probably not him. It's probably head of Scientology.
I believe that's him personally. He keeps, that's why he's the best. He keeps his eye in the ears on it.
Yeah. Big fan of Dundee. Fan of Dundee.
Yeah, no one's beneath him. Nothing's beneath him. That's why he's Tommy. That's why he's Tommy C, baby. Love that guy.
I love that. That's number one. I feel like that is a great chance.
Love the Navy play. Yeah. That's the number one money line.
You got another double-digit dog you want to throw out there?
I got a whole list of them.
Let's go. Let's go. Fire away.
This one I've been hemming and hawing over. That's doable. There's a couple of them that are doable. I want to start off with Eastern Michigan.
Love it. Absolutely love it. The Eagles of Eastern Michigan. First off, Chris Creighton as a dog is always fantastic. Now as a favorite, you gotta worry a little bit.
You gotta worry.
Yeah.
But we're getting 12 plus 360 on the money line. Big revenge spot from last year. They got a lot. The North Illinois crushed from 39-10. But Eastern Michigan's playing better ball now.
Yeah, and look, they were in it for a first half against. They still covered for me, but they were like neck and neck with Minnesota at Minnesota in the Big Ten.
Absolutely, they've been playing good ball lately. They've been won by double digits last couple of weeks. A little kind of a letdown spot for Northern Illinois. They had a big game versus Ohio last week, which they won.
Huge letdown spot. Huge letdown spot, man. This is like that was a huge win against. Everyone has Ohio winning the MAC. Northern Illinois knocks them off. Northern Illinois has been a very unpredictable team. Remember, Southern Illinois, the week after Northern Illinois beat Boston College week 1, FCS week 2 beats them. Southern Illinois in a rivalry game. So I really do like this spot. And how about this one? Eastern Michigan's won 2 of the last 4, right?
Right.
And even I know last year things got away from them, but the year prior was a 7-point game. Yeah, they're close a lot. From 16, 17, and 18, they were all overtime games.
Yep.
So like getting points in general, you take the points to cover your ass. You sprinkle some on that plus 381 in line though. Unfucking believable. I love this play, buddy.
Thank you.
All right, I'll take you. You wanna get? Let's go to. I mean, this one's a little wild. This is a little wild one, but to me, it makes a little sense. And I'm talking about the Houston Cougars.
Yeah, I got them.
Oh man,
that's definitely one of my wild ones. I got a couple.
I mean, I
got 2 or 3 wild ones, and Houston definitely one of them. Plus 950. How do you not sprinkle that? Dana, I mean, listen, they just had the huge Hail Mary game, blah blah blah. One that was the rival. So it is definitely a letdown spot there, but Texas is not Texas.
Yeah.
This is definitely the rivalry of the elitists versus the city, dirty rural folk, it's class warfare.
If first off, Houston sold this game out like a year ago.
Yeah.
Right. They didn't even announce the Big 12 schedule yet. And they're like, no, this is sold out. Right. Because if you knew the backstory on Texas college football, Texas and Texas A&M, I think had a bigger part with SMU, but the University of Texas has blocked Houston from being a Power 5 several times over the past 20 years.
Texas are the assholes of Texas.
Yes.
I mean, they really are.
They know how fertile that recruiting ground is, and they don't want them to get up. So it is just personal with this matchup. And then you add the fact that what's the one weakness we saw, I think, from the Red River shootout was, okay, Texas hasn't played any team that can throw the ball. Alabama can't throw the ball. They played 3 straight backup quarterbacks after that. Jalen Gabriel made that secondary look a little questionable. Well, when you look at what does Dana Holgerson do, who, by the way, has a 4-3 all-time record against Texas, his teams normally get up when they play Texas back to his West Virginia days when they were in the same conference. Also, his 3 losses were all would have covered this number, but 2 of them were super close. One of them we went for 2 and didn't get it. But then you add in his starting quarterback of Houston, Donovan Smith, Texas Tech transfer, who happened to start last year and beat the same Texas Longhorn team in Lubbock in overtime. You add all that up, I think they're fucking live. You got to take the points.
You got to take the 23.5. Why not sprinkle 950? Dana knows. They tell him as soon as he, all off season, we don't care if you go 1-11. Just get this goddamn win versus Texas.
Yeah, like you could, like he could save his career here. Yep. He could get a lifetime contract. You win this game outright. They're gonna build a statue.
I know. They're gonna build it right there, pissing on an Austin City Lights, pissing on. That's a new thing, pissing, right?
Yeah, piss all over it. Love this new trend of just pissing on your rivals' turf.
Yes. I'll throw a wild one at you. And I love that one. I have that on the list as well. I don't even know if I have a money line on this. This game is so wild. I don't see it yet, but they're getting 26.5.
Whoa. I'm curious where you're going here. Hold on. 26.5.
It is the last game on the slate on your board at night.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Going with Sparky and the Sun Devils.
We're going Sparky and the Sun Devils going into Washington. Washington, obvious letdown game from playing Oregon last week. Penix, you watched that last end of the Penix. Penix was hurt. He was legit hurt. Yes, they showed him rapping and freestyling on his side, but that has nothing to do with his ribs. I mean, he was walking around like John Wayne out there. Like, good God, what's he doing up there? When that goal line stand, it was all that awful. Those awful play calls because they didn't want him throwing the ball or getting exposed. And Arizona State's playing good, and their defense is playing better. I mean,
well, hold on. Who's starting at quarterback? Because Pine's questionable. I think Rashad is still out.
Yeah.
That's my one concern about this play is are we going to be starting a freshman whose first ever road start? Could that potentially be the scenario here? I'm not sure. No, because they have so many different quarterbacks they've played. So Conover is, if he starts, they're in trouble. Right.
There's a possibility they're in trouble no matter what. But
but if it's Burgett, then I feel all right. They could probably cover that number. But
I mean, they obviously had a tough game against Colorado. They played USC very well at home. They almost beat Cal.
Have they been on the road yet? No, they Cal.
They went to Cal.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, you're right. They haven't been not too tough roads, but there's a big look. And this is definitely a big letdown situation. But you're right. The quarterback situation has.
I don't think the money line is live.
The money line. Well, they haven't even thrown it out there.
Points
are definitely live, especially with Washington's defense. The way they're playing.
I see plus 1,800.
No, let's sprinkle. Sprinkle. Come on now. And this is what Washington does too.
I will say.
Let's look at Washington's history. We're already writing Washington. Everyone's writing them into the championship and the Pac-12 championship. This is what Pac-12 teams do, and this is what Washington does.
But
they drop games like this.
But hold on, Daquan, the great in the chat says. But I'm sorry. First he says, hold on. He goes, revenge from. See, last year.
Yeah, it is revenge from last year.
Washington got caught in the desert.
Right, they did.
With an interim head coach. I say maybe you can talk me into the points. Money line's not going to happen. Money line is not going to happen here. But I like where your head's at, and that's the beauty of the world.
Yeah, last year was what 45-38 in the desert. Came down to but I don't know. I tell you what, I'd like to see how healthy Penix is, and they're definitely definitely don't see them having their foot on the gas with this.
I think it'd be more logical to take, if you're looking for the money line play, and let's say you should be playing the money line in the Army Air Force. I mean the Navy Air Force game. The Houston game, I think you should, but maybe you think Dundee, you're full of shit. Man of the box, you're full of shit with his Arizona State play. Well, then maybe I could talk you into the very Golden Knights of UCF, Central Florida, going into Norman. Oh, man. Is this a silly play?
It's not a silly play.
Because here's
Talent wise, I tell you what, they're right there. They're almost right there with them. That if you look at just a talent line, this line should be like
they're getting Rice Plumlee back.
This line should be like 6 when you're looking at
the line is way too much. You got to take
points.
Got to take.
On the other hand, but the last couple of weeks of watching them just let up like 40 points in a row.
Yeah.
Consecutive.
But they had a bye week.
Heartless.
They had a bye week.
Kansas dumped 51 on them on the backup quarterback.
Hear me out here.
Baylor 31 straight. But I'm with you though on this.
I know it's Dylan Gabriel against his old team,
mm-hmm.
but they only put up 28 points of offense at home against SMU.
Yeah.
They only put up 20 points at Cincinnati. I know they had the big game against Texas, but like I said, what if Texas secondary is just not that good? What if we ride UCF and Rice Plumlee, they didn't have Rice Plumlee recently, man. That's part of it.
Yeah.
That's part of it. Defense been on the field too long. Bend but don't break doesn't work.
All right.
Unless you got some offensive, yardage going in your direction, some time, time of possession essentially.
Mm-hmm.
So plus 750 plus 800. I don't know. Get over there.
Why not?
He doesn't sound super convinced on that one. So, but,
I
was going to say ULM, but the last time I did that, they lost by 50 points. So
I'm not a fan of Gus, the coach over there.
Yeah.
Down in
the riverboat gambler.
Yeah.
All right. Well, hear me out on this one then.
Yeah.
Think Northwestern could be live?
Yeah, I've got Northwestern on my sheet. I'm all aboard Northwestern. I love this.
They're playing better.
They're playing fine. They're playing just fine. And to get 11.5 in Nebraska is crazy to me.
Yeah. I'm even seeing 12 right now.
12 plus 350 on the money line, I'm saying.
Remember last time they played? They won this in Dublin
last year. They won this in Dublin.
Yeah.
That was that sealed Frost.
Scott Frost did an onside kick up 12 points or 10 points or something.
Frost was amazing that game. But Northwestern's playing just fine enough to stay within 12 of Nebraska.
Yeah, I think they're live.
Yeah,
I think you look at plus 360 money line play. This one makes a lot of sense
for sure.
This one makes a lot of sense.
Wildcats versus the world.
Okay, so we're neck and neck there.
Mm-hmm.
I think as far as double digit dogs, I might be. Patty C mentioned this, and he's got a good point in a way. UVA always plays North Carolina.
I looked at it. Thing is, North Carolina, they do.
It's a 3-point game last year.
Right.
This is an old ass rivalry from like 1890.
Yeah.
Like this is an actual legit.
And this is definitely
game.
a letdown too for North Carolina off the Miami game. Although they're just hitting their stride now.
I agree. I couldn't do it, but I do think you take the points in UVA.
Sure.
Yeah,
I can get behind that.
Yeah. So
how about Duke going to Florida State?
If Riley Leonard, 100%. If he's playing,
there's rumors that he's going to play. They're talking about him playing. I don't think it's going to happen. But
how effective will he be? Because he runs a lot, man.
He sure does. Even without him, though, some of those numbers match up with them. With their defense.
I think Elko can present some defensive problems.
Right, I do too.
For Jordan Travis, but
Florida State's ready to fall as well. They've
the BC game, even the Virginia Tech game didn't look.
No,
great
their
to me.
defense doesn't look great at all.
Any chance you could take a waiver on Sparty?
Now, I wanted to talk to you about this game. You're a subscriber to The Athletic as mine. As I am. Did you read that article this week talking about the rivalry being too toxic? Yeah. Michigan State, they want to cancel because the blood is too boiling.
This is the biggest bullshit.
What is going on with these?
Last year, our media made so much of an overreaction over just a little dust up in the tunnels.
So someone got jumped in the tunnel.
It's a rivalry game. This is supposed to happen. That's why they recruit
game. I know. And Harbaugh was being a bitch about it.
All of them. They're all terrible.
This is a class warfare. You got the Walmart Wolverines coming out here, fans, and then they're the Harvard of the Midwest.
Yeah.
And Michigan State, obviously a terrible year for them. They got Mel Tugger.
But they still wrecked that who was it that got jumped by Michigan in the tunnel?
Oh yeah.
I forget the player's name. But anyway, yeah, I mean, I personally think you take Michigan, but relax on this. We want this every year. Stop being little bitches. Michigan fans can be little bitches, man. Same with Sparty fans too. We want this. The more fights we have, the better it is. Right. I never understand this. The people are like, no, we need this. There's no place in sports. This. Your TV ratings will go up.
Jamon Green was the player.
Yes.
We got.
Yes.
Jones, by the way.
So any chance you're taking Sparty?
No, absolutely not. Listen, I hope I would love nothing more than the Sparty to give one last stick to Harbaugh on their way. This would obviously make this is their entire season. I mean, this thing's been a disaster from the get-go with Tucker and everything out here, and they hated Michigan. I mean, it's at night. It's going to get dirty.
Yeah.
Is this in East Lansing?
Yeah.
Oh, I love it. It's going to be a brawl.
Oh yeah. But let's go.
But I mean, who knows? Michigan hasn't played anybody.
I think Michigan might fuck them up.
Of course they will. They're the one. They're steamrolling now too, and Harbaugh will run this up.
Yeah,
I'm not taking the point. I mean, whatever.
You know who could be live?
I could take a first half play on Sparty, something like that. Yeah. You know, but I think
Harbaugh might run it up. He didn't run it up.
That's
the other
what I mean.
games.
He'll run this up for sure. He'll run this up,
which is better for the rivalry. Folks.
If he has the chance. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, you want him to run it up.
Share the tunnels.
I mean, I know this is a crazy play, but Nevada's plus 425.
I got Nevada written down. I got Nevada written down here.
San Diego State's offense sucks.
It's so bad.
That means they're live just on default.
They cannot throw the ball. They just can't do it.
I mean, really, Hawaii busted coverage, or that game would have gone to overtime against Hawaii.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I just feel like this Wolfpack team, they're hungry for a win.
Yeah.
0-6. Fox Sports 2. Let's ride with the Wolfpack.
I'll take it. Why not?
I'm not touching UCLA Stanford. That's a double-digit dog.
No, I can't. I can't touch Stanford after that game. That was their season as well as a bowl. UCLA coming off a bad loss. They're gonna fucking roll up on Stanford. Stanford's terrible. That's all I had on there. Duke 14.5 was plus 450. By the way, we didn't give out those numbers. How about one final one? I mean, it just looks ugly. Terrible, but I'm kind of going on if this happened 3 weeks ago.
Wazoo.
See,
I see, and they have a history of playing them tough. Right. I'm kind of on board. I definitely think you take the points.
Take the 20.
Yeah.
750 money
20 and a half.
20 and a half. Take the 20 and a half. 750 money line. People just automatically. I mean, coming off in an absolutely disgusting, embarrassing humiliation at home. To the hands of our Arizona Wildcats. And
this is one of the teams that's leaving them behind.
Yeah.
So there's
absolutely
like Arizona wasn't one of the Arizona wanted to stay in the Pac-12. Right. So it's like, this is one where it's personal. It's personal. Let's go. We got some yappers, some short dogs.
Okay.
Curious your take on this Penn State Ohio State game. That's going to be fantastic to watch because I took Penn State plus the points. Franklin knows the line. Am I a fucking idiot, CJ? And who you taking?
Well, trusting Franklin in a big game,
very stupid.
Not the best. He is 2-15 versus top 10 teams.
Interesting.
1-8 versus Ohio State.
Interesting.
They haven't played a soul. They have the 85th ranked schedule, I believe they play. And Adler, he's had 2 real road games versus Illinois and Northwestern.
Yeah, the prolific Northwestern offense.
That being said, I'm not impressed with Ohio State, though, either.
I'm not either.
You know
they
what I mean?
look like the worst Ohio State
really
team in like 10 or 15 years.
That quarterback, I'm not impressed with. Marvin Harrison has to turn around like a pretzel every time to catch one of these passes. These passes are all over the place. I mean, if these receivers weren't so good, they wouldn't complete anything. I'm on the under in this game, 45.5. I think it's going to be one of those like 17-10 rock fights, that you saw like Ohio State's doing.
I'm on the Nittany Lions. I think they're the better team.
I'll take the points with Penn State there for sure. The only thing is you're just trusting in James Franklin, which I can't do.
It is terrifying,
and I hate James Franklin.
Very, very terrifying.
I personally hate James Franklin, but like you said, I mean, he's got your back with the point spread.
Yeah,
he knows the point spread, and he is trying. They've covered every single week because he's playing through his boosters. I can see him being down 6 and kicking a field goal to lose by 3.
I can
definitely see it. He's that much of a piece of shit. Just kidding. Good for Franklin.
I see another short little yapper.
Okay.
In Champaign, Illinois that I love. I've already bet this.
Now we gave out Illinois last week outright versus Maryland.
Oh yeah, double-digit dog. Where they catch 13.5, 14 points.
Absolutely.
That is, I mean, look, they're starting to come around as a team. If you noticed last week, they ran for over 100 yards.
Yeah.
Before that had been a big issue. Bielema needs a back running over 100 yards to beat teams. Wisconsin gave up over 7 yards a rush to Iowa last week. Wisconsin also lost Tanner Mordecai he's out indefinitely.
Yep. Who's their quarterback? Where did they get him from? Mississippi State or something like that? They were,
the backup. Yeah. Now at the same time, they canned Jim Leonard. He thought he was going to get the interim gig.
Right.
He thought he was going to get the head coaching gig when he was the interim. Now you know who hired Jim Leonard?
Who hired Jim Leonard?
Illinois
hired Jim Leonard. Yes.
Bielema's old school.
I love this.
They beat. I mean, I know Illinois beat the piss out of him last year in Madison. I think.
Listen, at this point, all my Wisconsin over 8 tickets are burnt to the ground. I hope they lose outright. I hope they fucking. I think
they are. Man.
I hope they go down with the goddamn cheese ship and drown in spotted cow.
Folks, spotted cow. If you haven't had a spotted cow, you haven't lived. All right.
Glass only in Wisconsin.
Yeah. I mean, the Illini are. I know it's a short yapper. It's like plus 120 or something.
Plus
like
120,
that.
getting 2.5. Yeah, I don't mind that. If you want to stay in the Big Ten, nice little short yapper. Speaking of which, Wisconsin's competition last week, Iowa in that game, we're looking at a total of 31 at Minnesota, Iowa.
I'm seeing 30.5.
30.5, and that's too high.
Now, here's the thing, though. You know, Flex never won against Iowa.
It is amazing. Fleck has never won against Iowa.
You can't row the boat against ferrets, buddy.
But how is Iowa laying 3.5?
Yeah, the hook.
You
have to take Minnesota in the points.
Crazy? I know. I mean, they could let one of those sick kids in the hospital quarterback this goddamn team and be a better chance than what they got going on there at Iowa. They threw for 35 yards last week.
I think Iowa's still going to find a way to get it done.
Of course, this is that's what they do. This team's
definitely
go,
a 10-8 game.
Yeah, right. I see 4-3 somehow. Take the 3.5 with Minnesota and Fleck.
Well, Matt, we got Matt Party in the chat, not Jack Party. Matt Party says my favorite show by far. Send me a hat or something.
Goddamn right.
Yeah, shoot us a DM, man.
Yeah,
shoot us a DM.
Send us some information.
Let's go. At TCE on SGPN or on Twitter at TCE on SGPN. So that game you got to play the under on the 30.5. You just got You got to play the under on that. It's a lock. Actually, here's a hilarious parlay.
Okay.
What if we go Iowa, Minnesota under 30.5?
Yeah.
Parlayed with Air Force Navy under 34.5.
Mm-hmm. I like that.
I mean, I think this can hit. I think this can hit. The quicksand parlay.
Like you could combine them, and they will not equal the over/under for fucking like TCU or whatever the hell.
Just other short yappers.
Taking a look at some short yappers I like.
You think the Vols? I know GBO Farms was in the chat saying the Vols are live in Tuscaloosa. I didn't go that way. But,
I don't like Tennessee there, but I don't like Alabama's offense either. I'm on the under in that. I think the under is the best play.
If you had to, you take the points. You think?
If I still like Alabama, just because I think Saban will have a revenge spot from last year's loss in Tennessee. I think it hurts him. And this is what you saw what Milton can do. He can't throw the ball.
Yeah,
they just can't throw the ball. Hooker means so much at Tennessee. Them coming off a game they should not have won last week for saying them at home.
Yeah.
At the same time, 8 points is a lot with Alabama's offense, but I think Alabama will impose their will. I see this like as a 27-10 Alabama game.
Oof. I'm with you. I laid the points of Bama, but I don't feel great about it.
No, not at all.
I got a short yapper in Oxford, Ohio at Jagerbaum Stadium there. Look, Toledo is 6-1, and I know they almost beat the Illini in the opening week, only lost by 2. But they didn't play a lot of talented teams. Them beating Ball State by 7, that ain't necessarily something to brag about. They were actually, that UMass game too was a little closer than that final score indicates. I don't think they're that good, and I actually think Miami Ohio's defense super legit. Brett Gabbert, Blaine Gabbert's brother, I think better quarterback, probably sitting on Miami's sidelines here. I'm going to take the Red Hawks. I think it's like plus 110, plus 115. It's a short yapper.
Very small, but I like it. I like a nice little yapper like that. That's a good one.
Any chance any chance you got anything out there that I know there's a couple others that are appealing, but I want to get you to fire away on a short yapper if you have one.
I got one that's it's a medium-sized dog here, actually, which I don't mind. I think it's going to be a shootout. So anytime shootout can get away from you, but I think it's going to be back and forth. Who's got the ball last in that South Carolina Mizzou game? Beamer breaking his foot in anger, choking that game. Now, obviously, I think they'll get. I just think Missouri shouldn't be laying 7.5 in this situation to anyone. I think it's a back and forth affair. I'll take South Carolina plus 7.5 in that road, just because I think it's going to be one of those 38-35 games.
Yeah, I can see that covering, but I also think that line's telling you to take Mizzou, right?
Yeah, possibly. I like the over more than anything, but I'll always take 7.5 if that's the situation. Beamer breaking his foot. Come on now.
That was pretty hilarious.
I mean, that's going to intimidate the players. So what the fuck's he going to do next when we lose this one?
That's true.
You know what I
That is
mean?
true. But South Carolina's pass defense has been terrible. I mean, look, that could certainly be. I don't feel very confident with my assessment of, hey, Mizzou's going to fuck up South Carolina. But historically, Columbia has given them problems. Columbia, Missouri, that is, not Columbia, South Carolina. Let's talk about the Hugh Strip Club Freeze Bowl going on in Auburn, Alabama on the Plains. Okay. Do you see?
I was going to say one real quick. The medium one that we kind of need that we're not going to get that we've been wrong on all year is Colorado State. We need them to do some damage.
I like
versus UNLV. I like them too.
I like them a lot.
Another over. By the way,
almost a double digit.
That's 7.5.
Yeah,
plus 245. I like the over in that game. That'll be a shootout as well.
They last time they played Colorado State won by 20. I actually believe Colorado State. Go back to the Colorado game. You know, people say they got lucky to beat Boise, and they did. They did, but they also should have beat Colorado. So they would have been 3-3 regardless if you deal out the luck correctly. I think they're better. UNLV hasn't beaten a team with a winning record.
I'm hesitant to talk any shit about UNLV because we were dead wrong on them. The fans let us know on Twitter. They haven't.
Take the Rams.
Take the Rams.
What are you gonna say?
What are they at? They had the over under was 6.5 wins, which is about to hit right now.
We can still give them a win.
They haven't won 7 games in 25 years.
Yeah, a fucking long time since like Jason Thomas or something. Yeah,
and they're afraid to run the table. They're amazing. But yeah, I like Colorado State getting 7.5 there. Anyway, I'm sorry. Go back to the Hugh Freeze.
No. I wanted your opinion on this because look, I do think Ole Miss is just a way better team than Auburn. Yep. But if there's one game that Freeze will be locked in on, it's either the Iron Bowl or this.
Yeah, I like this one
because he did not feel very. He felt like Ole Miss did him dirty.
Right.
It is personal.
They did not.
Yeah.
Hugh Freeze, by the way. You did yourself dirty. You're a dirty, dirty man.
But Ole Miss is doing dirty shit.
Ole Miss is very dirty as well. But you leave a wreck behind you everywhere you go.
True. Very true. Auburn on the Plains, man. You saw they almost knocked off Georgia. Remember they had a bye week before this game. Or no, I'm sorry. They had a bye week before the LSU game. They got their ass kicked at LSU last week. Bounce back spot situation here. I think, plus 200 live potentially for, Kiffin. They always drop games they shouldn't, Auburn's live. That's all I'm saying. Auburn's live.
Love it.
Okay. Here, Matt, go back to the chat. I'm giving you my email, man. I'm giving you my email.
Look at that.
In the fucking chat.
What's the kind of hats he wants? We got a weekend bombs or bombs down under kind of merch. Get them. We'll design that one up for everybody.
Yeah. Or how about this, Matt? Here, you can message this. My messages are open on that Twitter account. Any other short yappers you're thinking about? I mean, there's some say Old Dominion could be live.
I always like Old Dominion, but yeah, it didn't make my list.
Utah has beaten USC 4 of 6, I believe.
Bad spot for Utah. There's just no.
I agree.
There's no way they can just keep up with USC.
Georgia State's never beaten Louisiana. Georgia State's off to a big start.
Yeah.
They go into the Cajun field. I think.
Right. That's a line too. Like you were saying, it makes me want to bet you Lafayette.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. What about the Miami Hurricane at home in Miami Gardens against the Clemson Tigers?
Clemson, they own Miami the last 10, 15 years, obviously.
Yeah.
I think I'm hoping that Georgia Tech loss by Miami is a kind of loss that's just really going to spiral their season out of control. We can hit that under 7.5 wins. That defense looked dead last week versus North Carolina in the second half. And they're starting to turn on each other. I think I like Clemson in this spot actually. At night,
I do too. I took Clemson too. Baylor's getting 4 in Cincinnati. No. Just trying to make a case for Boston College getting 4.5 at Atlanta against Georgia Tech.
I can be talked to the BC.
Yeah. Maybe that's when we we talk about here. Anyway, what before we get out of here, I mean, hold on. First off, hold on. Well, I think there's one more I wanted to talk about. Akron getting 7.5 at Bowling Green. I've been. Akron's been a tough bet all year.
Yeah,
they've been a tough bet all year. I'm on the over, and I'm eating shit week in, week out.
Right.
I mean, this could be. I know I've hit on some, but between UNLV, between Akron, damn, I feel like it's been the good thing Colorado hit for me.
Good thing Colorado hit early.
I don't know.
I can be taking the points.
Doesn't seem like you're sold on that.
I mean, what do you want me to do? Get excited to bet Akron?
Yeah.
No. But I'll take 7.5. I think they can keep it close to Bowling Green. I'm not a big Bowling Green fan.
Yeah. What game are you looking forward to most this weekend? Give me your top 5 games you're looking forward to. You going
5 games.
You going Penn State, Ohio State number 1.
Interesting.
You're somewhat of a Pennsylvania guy, right?
Yeah, Penn State, Ohio State. I'm not a big Franklin fan. I'm actually. I don't really like both those schools. I'll probably be golfing at that point. No, of course that's the early game that you want to catch.
I missed a short yapper. BYU
in
Provo.
Yeah, I like Texas Tech there though.
BYU is 20-2.
I know
against the number in Provo.
I know they are.
They're hitting. They're hitting.
For some reason, I like Texas.
You're
Tech
crazy.
Spot.
You're crazy right here. I don't know.
Alabama, Tennessee. I kind of want to watch a little bit.
You're gonna watch this Michigan State. I think that's the one that you.
That's a fun night game for me. Just to see how dirty it gets.
Yeah. Texas, Houston.
Interesting. I want to see how USC bounces back. I want to see Clemson, Miami. I like the bigger games, of course. I mean, there's nothing to even the lower rent ones. Even those Pac-12s, which we love. I want to see Washington State bounce back, but I'll be sad if they don't. It'd be one of those things. If that's like 38-0, that happens. I'm like, Jesus Christ, what's happening? Other than that, yeah, of course. No, I want to watch all those.
All right. Then I'll hit you with the fucking random question before we got a couple minutes.
What are you looking forward to, real quick?
The game I'm looking forward to most. I mean, I love Air Force. Anytime the service academies play, I love watching.
Right. Air Force, Navy. Well, that's my play. My early play of the day.
Yeah,
is Navy 10.5. I love
watching that, but also Penn State, Ohio State to me always delivers.
Yeah, that'll be great.
Yeah,
that'll be a great game.
Ohio State's won 10 of 11.
That's big time football.
Yeah, it's just a very good game. And I think Michigan State's appealing.
I'm actually interested in Iowa, Minnesota, just because I'm intrigued. I'm compelled.
By Deacon Hill.
Yeah, what's going on now?
Yes, Iowa's must-watch TV for the past 20 years.
They really are. And how about a sneak one? And we didn't even. They're getting one also -105. Our Pitt Panthers.
I like it.
At Wake,
they've never lost to Wake.
They never lose to Wake, and they're fucking. Yeah. And they came off that bye. This is our doozy special.
Let's get it done.
Yes.
All right, hold on. So before you get out of here, we mentioned how there should be a spinoff on Paulie.
Yes, let's talk Paulie,
right? Folks, I want to see Paulie the movie. Rocky's character, Paulie, Burt Young, rest in peace. But
that role I can play. Well, I can't play a bowler, but I can play Paulie. I can play a racist drunk who's always out of.
Give me that shot.
Yeah, who's always complaining.
Hollywood.
That I can do.
Come on, Weinstein.
I can throw a bottle of whiskey at a pinball machine.
Hey, what other character? What other side character from a movie? You know how they did it with Big Lebowski? They did
the Jesus movie.
Bowling.
Yeah, for sure.
So we know Paulie would be a fucking box office smash.
Mm-hmm.
What else? Iceman, or what do you think? Is there a few others?
Iceman we already saw in Maverick. They had a hole in his throat. They throw the fucking ascot around them. They prop him up like Weekend at Bernie's. They move his lips around so he can talk. And they got peanut butter on his gums. Or slapping. They're moving it around like, say you're Iceman.
They got the computer screen.
All right. Meanwhile, Kelly McGillis gains 20 pounds. They block her number. They can't let her back in the fucking sequel. A character I would like though. If we're doing this.
Yeah. Let's do this. We got 6 minutes to kill.
6 minutes to kill. All right. Jesus. Okay. Well, I got to push back my time. I've always liked that the high school basketball coach in Teen Wolf. He was always a good guy. He was always eating a sandwich. He never had any control of his kids. He's giving poker advice.
Oh, I like
and
that.
Shit,
He's
never had a prostitute named Georgia. Never played cards against a guy named Minnesota. All kinds of shit like that.
No, I love this angle.
I want to know what his life was all about. I follow that fucking divorcee.
I never thought about that.
No, that guy was great.
I never thought about that. That's a very good answer.
And all his lines are always gems. He only had like 6 lines, but they were gems. He was always licking his fingers and just giving great advice to fucking Michael J. He's like, oh, thanks, coach.
You know which one I always, now that you mentioned Michael J. Fox movies, Principal Strickland in Back to the Future. He was always, kind of
Slacker.
a dick. Yeah, right. I was worried, like, why? How did he get that way?
Yeah.
Give us a Strickland movie.
Well, and then when what was it? Back to the Future 2, when he comes back and it's like Armageddon in there, like in the city, and he's still got. He'd be one of those assholes that I'm not moving. I don't care if my neighborhood's a war zone. Yeah. I'm not moving. I'm here. I got a shotgun.
What about the black guy that works at the ice cream shop that ends up being the mayor?
Mayor Goody Wilson.
Yeah,
Mayor Goody Wilson.
There you go. Well, I want a side story on him.
Right. Well, he's a go-getter. He's a positive. I mean, he was going to do.
Well, that's a feel-good story.
That's a feel. He's going to do well no matter what his situation is.
Yeah.
Right.
I would still.
I'm not interested in that. I'm not interested in someone who's accomplishing things and doing great. Good for Mayor Goody Wilson. God bless him.
The chick with 3 tits in Total Recall.
Yes.
I need to know that backstory.
That entire bar, Total Recall. I think you got a lot of nerve showing your face. Look who's talking. I want all of them. 3-tit McGee. Let me see her.
I want the backstory on all that stuff.
As Al Bundy said, though, you want the 3rd tit on the back for dancing.
Oh,
for slow dancing. I don't want 3 tits in a row like it's a carnival game. Get the 3rd one on the back. Let me get a
What about Griff? They could do a spinoff on Griff.
Yeah, absolutely.
From Married with Children.
Right.
Married with Children would not float today, by the way.
Anyone in the No Man Club. Get that thing going.
Yeah. All right, folks. I hope you liked. We'll do some more movie reviews and some. I think
that was a full show.
Yeah. I've always another one would be to me, to see how Motormouth Jones became Motormouth Jones.
Yeah,
interesting.
I like that,
folks. Check it all out. We got some bombs that are going to go off this week. You got that bomb sound? Let's fire that thing. That's going to happen this weekend. After listening to the show, you're going to know what to throw your money on. And I think we just said the top ones for us are the
Navy.
Yeah, Navy. Number 2,
Houston.
Yes. 3,
Northwestern.
We loved Northwestern.
Mm-hmm.
We also liked Nevada. We threw out Nevada in there.
Toss Nevada. We tossed Duke in there. Eastern Michigan.
Oh, the Eastern Michigan one's good too.
Bomb that Eastern Michigan one.
Yes,
Navy and Eastern Michigan's our top 2. I'd say.
I'm on the open seas.
Yes,
you know what I mean.
Absolutely.
With the Eagles and the midshipmen out there in the Atlantic. Let's go, folks! Subscribe to the College Football Experience. This is part of the C Block. All right, this is the College Football Weekend Bombs. C Block is, this is part A. Part B is coming right up. We got the bottom line bombs following us. So make sure you stick around. CJ Sullivan's going to talk about all you should be betting on this weekend. So do that. Give CJ a follow on Twitter at CJ Sullivan _ I got that somewhere around here.
Yeah, put that on.
If you're watching youtube.com/the college experience, where the hell is this thing?
Yeah.
There we go. Look,
and listen to the bottom
go.
line bombs coming up next. Subscribe to that YouTube channel as well, and the Spotify's and all that things.
There we go. More Burt Young talk next week. I promise you.
Yeah, I'll give you some Burt Young as well.
Oh yeah, let's go. You got it right. Coming next, folks. Also subscribe to the College Basketball Experience. We got the Big Ten preview happening tonight. Also, the FCS College Football Experience Week 8 preview and picks happening today as well. Check out all of those. Also, make sure you check out the Sports Gambling Podcast. I just did their Patreon episode, The Origin of Pick Dundee. And also, they're live from Las Vegas every Friday night on VSiN. VSIN. That's a network you get if you have YouTube TV. I just read an article, YouTube TV. It's the most amount of sports out of all the platforms being watched. It's happening on YouTube TV. So that means you have it. Get on over there every Friday night, 9:00 Pacific. Live from Las Vegas, Nevada. Wow. Check out the Sports Gambling Podcast, folks. Get the SGPN app. It's free to download in the App Store and Google Play Store, and come in the Discord and tell us how much idiots we are, or you love us, whatever. Right? Talk ball with us. Talk shop. All right. SportsGamblingPodcast.com/Discord. Until next time, this is the College Football Experience Weekend Bombs Edition. You better start thinking about yours, and we out of here.